I'm not like you. I don't.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Spinner Rack. How you doing, everybody? I'm here with the crew. I'm here with PD and Kyle. Say what's up, gents.
Yo.
Ready to rock.
So today we're going to be talking about Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Selector, please play it.
Oh my gosh. We'll suffer through this.
Every night, I dream the same dream. And then the nightmare begins.
Challenge unknown. Time. Broken clock. We're still alive and the clock's
what I had to do to protect our world. You cannot control everything, Strange.
Oh yes, you can.
Yeah, baby.
We don't know who or what will walk through it. Wanda, what do you know about the multiverse?
Viz had his theories. He believed it was
Viz.
dangerous.
He was right. I'm sorry, Stephen.
Fake dreads. Fake dreads.
Go unpunished.
The Illuminati.
The truth.
Oh, Patrick Stewart!
You know it's Professor Xavier.
Illuminati.
Things just got out of hand.
Illuminati.
You break the rules. Look out! You become the hero. I do it. I become the enemy. It doesn't seem fair.
Loving it, bro. All I can say is that, man, off the chain. I mean, hey, you know what? We can stop the show right here. I'll just give my little review of it, and just we can go on from there, because we're all in agreement. Clearly, I don't think anyone else is going to be disagreeing with this. You know,
What do you have to say about this? I want to hear what you have to say about this, Morris.
Well, I mean, it's clear that
What happened?
I muted him. Payback.
Oh, good.
I muted you. That's what happens. Now go into what you have to say about this. Let's never do this ever again. See how you in stride, you were flowing, and then you just cut someone off. Sorry, viewers, we had to learn this lesson in the show. I ask again, I will never do it ever again.
clearly he is not telling the truth, viewers. You know,
have I ever done that to you before?
Oh, yes, you have muted me before.
Nope, never. But keep going.
But I will pass this on to Cal so I can destroy whatever you gotta say. Cal, go forward, bro.
Trailer looks hot. I'm really looking forward to it. To be honest, I'm surprised that Doctor Strange, I think, is getting some of the better treatment of film in terms of the Marvel Universe. And I'm surprised. Actually, I'm surprised that he's getting it. But I think they actually like him. So I think there's this mixture of the character, Benedict Cumberbatch. I'm really surprised that he's getting the amount of he's getting a lot of light, and I do like to see it.
He is, and it's pretty good. But I mean, it also shows that you saw them when they all got together. And I think I pointed this out before in Endgame and stuff. I mean, his acting abilities just really rose to the fore. He became like one of the top guys there. You know, I don't think it was just a line. It's just that he was able to carry it. You believed it. Compared when you compare him to Iron Man and Captain America, he held his own, and you're like, whoa, that is pretty good. Petey, what's your take on this trailer right now?
It's a lot of stuff in there, a lot of characters. Outside of Bova, which might be okay. Let's remember the good guy Magneto left Bova for dead. The Holocaust survivor left her for dead, but that's neither here nor there. Um, Ultimately, there was some things I was looking at this that was kind of confusing me. Well, this stuff here, this doesn't look like it's an X-Men thing.
Looks
So,
like he's been captured, and those look like what people are saying online. That those look like Ultrons, versions of Ultrons or Iron Man's old. So they're taking him there. They're also saying that it's a multiverse. That this could also be part of another universe, another multiverse, and he's being dragged in front of the Illuminati right here. You know where we have here,
oh, come on, no.
and so
Are
in
you
this
gonna
version,
say that's gonna be all those characters from the Illuminati, being Xavier being one of them?
of
Yep.
course, it is one of them. So that's it.
Oh my God! It's like,
Hey, hey,
oh,
I understand. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. It's a groaner, but
I
I'm
think
making money.
fantastic.
I'm making a. I'm with you. I am with you. It's a groaner, but I'm making money.
so you're saying of your Illuminati comic books and whatever first appearance they appeared in, you're making money off of it.
First appearance of the Illuminati, for all you people who don't know, New Avengers #7. If you happen to have the Neil Adams variant, you've got a book that's worth more money than the actual regular cover.
Wait a
This is
second.
the-
So the one that people probably said that the Neil Adams cover was trash is now the most thing is, oh, the new Neil Adams. I don't like the new. I like the old one. Now that one is the hot one. Come on. And who's this? Is this Captain Marvel? Who's this character?
I'm trying to figure out whether it's Monica Rambeau or whether it's Captain Marvel. I'm
That's
not.
not Captain. That's not Captain Marvel. So far, the speculation is that it's either Monica. It's either Monica Rambeau, or, and this one's a real stretch. It's Iron Lad
Iron Lad. Oh my gosh!
Who's Iron Lad?
from Young Avengers.
Oh my God. They're trying to sell us on these young Avengers.
They
It's
want to
not
do the
going to
new
work.
Yeah. Well, they practically have the whole crew.
It's
They
not
got
going to work. No Hulkling. No, none of that. All right. And then I think I'm like, all right, so they're going to drag in Wanda. Everyone was telling us they're dragging in Wanda. They got a homegirl here, you
Wait,
know.
but let's before we rush, go back and let's. I mean, we really should be going shot by shot and then explaining what we're saying.
What does it explain? They're doing different effects that work in film because they clearly try to capture the Ditko stuff in this shot early on here. Like there's a shot, but that's something like straight from the early thing, which Ditko complained that Stan's just doing haunted houses. The haunted house. Yeah, that's at least one thing. The stairs always is classic
Well,
part.
why would he complain about that? Tell the
No,
people.
he was saying that the thing was like this. Basically, Ditko came up with the character of Doctor Strange. Stan wasn't too jazzed about it. So Stan put together his normal plots of Loki, this. So he went to Stan because they were still talking. He was like, and then Stan gave it to other people. He was mainly complaining because Stan was giving it to other people to write. And he said, why don't you just let me plot it? And he was like, okay. And then, because he really didn't think, because he knew the sales weren't that, but then Ditko put everything into the book. This long, sprawling thing, Doctor Strange running around all over fighting different things. There's so much stories. Dormammu, the whole thing is in there. But he basically was like, Stan, kind of ran out of steam, was giving it to people like Don Rico and whoever else that Stan didn't really like their scripting, but he was just like, it's selling okay. So he just asked Stan, could he write it, like plot it, and then Stan let him do it. And we got the classic run that we got. So, one of the things that I just think is just so many characters, and we're not getting into like this, like a personal story. We have America. Hold on. You hold on. So this looks cool, but I'd rather see Doctor Strange fighting and not, like, what's her powers? Can someone tell me her powers?
I think then they say her powers are, being able to open up portals and stuff. She's not from our current universe, but she's from another one, right?
But,
Yeah, she's like what's her name from the DC universe? Dr. Multiverse.
But she's her name and her powers need to be related. That's a Stan Lee rule. Outside of Ravage 2099, is having the name connected to the powers unless you're in a group, and then you can have one like Marvel Girl who doesn't connect to the power. But you have the Beast, he looks like a beast. Angel has wings, Cyclops has the visor symbolizing one eyes, and Iceman. That's the stand name. What's it, America? Like, it's not the name. They don't have nothing to do with any powers.
PD, I'm with you. And in spirit, I pump my fist and tell these kids to get off my lawn, just like you. Unfortunately, they don't care.
So look,
America Chavez's superhero name is Miss America.
Yeah,
that's her superhero name. She's almost never called that. She's almost never called that. So she has, I mean, that's more that Bendis stuff where, you know, we got the superheroes, but they're just going around with their regular names. You know, there's, you know, it's just wild at the end of the day. But that's pretty much where he is. Say, hey, I'm with you. Get off my lawn. Can we get back to some of the basics when it comes to this stuff? Probably not.
Well, look, she's like this. I'm reading here. They're saying that she was from a utopian parallel reality that is out of time in the presence of a being known as the Demiurge, whose president she
Demigurge,
you know, imbuing her with powers. I mean, she grew up with her mothers. She has the power of flight, invulnerability. She can create portals, star blast, interdimensional travel, time travel. So I guess the great thing about having her bringing America Chavez into the whole MCU is that it allows her to go into different, you know, interdimensional, creating portals and go to interdimensional travel, which will help in the multiverse. This whole
that's the problem. You have powers that don't relate to each other. If the power of you're saying that the power of going through these portals give her the strength, right? You only supposed to. You can't just keep adding three. You can't do the Nightcrawler all the time, where you're like teleportation, invisibility, like image inducer. So it's almost like a third power. Like, how many powers can you give the one person? And you should have it streamlined to say, well, this power extrapolates from my other powers, right? Instead of having, hey, you know, like, this is, what do we need? Flight, strength, strong as Thor, a little under Thor. Like, like how much?
Well, look, it works because guess what? She will be working with who? What other team they've been building up all this time? Young Avengers. Young Avengers. So look, I don't have to say this, but Cal, as an expert in your field, what should people be running out to get right now?
And based on this trailer?
No, based on all the shows and stuff that they've been building up for Marvel recently.
Oh, that's too many books. Can we just deal with this trailer?
He doesn't want to give the secret away, but I would say
no. I'm just serious. That's a long list of books. It's longer than my arm at the end of the day. That's a lot of stuff. I mean, you see America Chavez over there, so that's Vengeance number 1, 2, and 3. Her first three appearances. The whole set of Vengeance actually sells really well now. People really realize, hey, these are some really great covers by Gabriel Dell'Otto that nobody gave a damn about until it became some money from the first appearance. The art's still the same. Anyway. So you got those 3 books right there. You got New Avengers 7. If you're lucky enough, you can get the variant on that. You have the Illuminati one-shot, which is the first appearance of them in their own book. Okay, and those are just some basic things based on this trailer. Okay, just based on the trailer. Of course, if you want, you can go out and try to get a copy of the first appearance of Monica Rambeau. Good luck with that. That book got out of hand a long time ago. However, if you want to go around the margins, you might be able to find a copy of Marvel Presents Milestone Edition. In the Marvel Presents Milestone Edition, it's got the first appearance of Bloodstone on the cover, but it also reprints the first appearance of Monica Rambeau and the first appearance of Elsa Bloodstone. So that's a great book to pick up if you can find it. At $50 for right now, I think is a really good buy because that's like the only reprint there is of those 2 in the same book. So you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. It's really good. There's what else? Oh, there's a first appearance of. This is a second Strange movie, and if I remember correctly, Clea. Is it pronounced Clea or Clea?
It's Clea.
Clea.
Clea? So Clea should be making her first. She should be making her first appearance, and that's Strange Tales 126.
Wait, hold on a
So you
second.
can
You
look.
saying Clea is going to be in the movie? I didn't see her in the trailer.
Yeah, she's gonna be in the movie. She was cast.
Oh, please, Lord,
I did
no.
not know that.
No. How many more characters are you gonna have in this thing?
As many as they can fit.
And then so she could be the end of like, Clea, you are now the Sorcerer Supreme. I can't do it anymore.
She can't be the Sorcerer Supreme. She's not Asian.
No, she's not. Don't go there. The Sorcerer Supreme right now is
Stop it with your Wong nonsense.
it's in the movie. What are you talking about? So
it's Wong, and then after that, it's gonna be Baby Wong.
I'm surprised that Clea is in it, because I mean you're gonna have Rachel McAdams as Christina Palmer, so it's pretty interesting. So listen, continue on forward. Go
This
forward.
This Christina Palmer person is not Doctor Strange's main love interest. That's clear. So we expect that she's going to see it. Now, mind you, this would not be the first time that Marvel has decided to take the love interest and just chuck it. I'm looking at you, Netflix series with Misty Knight and Danny Rand. You messed up. You messed up. Okay? But those are some books you can definitely look out for. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Well, since you saw Professor X, I'll be honest. Since you saw Professor X, all of the X-Men stuff is up for grabs. All of it, because now that's a clear sign. Look, we're gonna get the X-Men. They're gonna get them in there somehow. I'm not exactly sure how they're gonna do it. They're gonna get them.
I'm not sure what we're gonna get. Whether we're gonna get the Patrick Stewart version. Or we're going to get the other, what's the other version they had? The one with Days of Future Past. I don't know if they're going to have that one. I'm not sure if they're going to have the new stuff that's coming out in the comics now, the whole Power X, so we're not sure what they're going to go with so far, because this is multiverse. So when you see them right here and we hear him, they're saying that this is the multiverse where either from this universe or across the universes, they have the Illuminati hanging out right here.
What did the Illuminati ever do that was any good? That helped anybody out?
Nothing. They made trouble. They made trouble from start to finish. What was the first thing that these guys are well known for? They sent the Hulk. They sent the Hulk over there. They put him in a ship and they said, "We're going to send you over here because you make too much trouble." That pissed him off. He came back and he wrecked shop on the whole damn planet. Okay, those guys. And then what was the next thing that they did? They said, "We're going to get together because there's something going on, and all these Earths keep coming into alignment with ours, and we got to keep our plan." So what did they do? They just made a mess. They made a mess. Who had to save them? Dr. Doom at the end of the day. That's how bad of a mess they made. And why again is the Illuminati such a bad idea? This is the brainchild of what person? Hey, Petey, this is the brainchild of what person?
I'll give you three guesses. Brian Michael Bendis.
There you go. Guess 1, 2, and 3. Brian Michael Bendis.
I mean, look, this is not a Bendis. This is a review of a trailer. It has nothing to do with Bendis. So keep going forward,
the Illuminati is another scat attack from Brian Michael Bendis, and don't you forget it.
And once again, it's been added to the comics.
The truth of the matter is, like, you look at this. This is the way comic book fans work, right? Like, when you find out that Hank Pym created Ultron, it's like, wow, he was a terrible character from the beginning. He created one of their greatest villains. In the MCU, who created him? The Hulk and Tony Stark. And fans don't give a lick that those two guys created them. But the bad idea of these guys having making them true to the name, that they're Illuminati and there's this big thing. I don't know. The thing is like this. I just think it's too much story. I don't know how you get this personal stuff, because the first movie, whether there's some Hollywood movie stuff to it, it had a personal story. It worked in the human girlfriend thing with a story supposed to be, had cosmic elements, had its down to earth stuff. I felt like it was a full movie, like it was like a real thing, even though they tore down some of the characters, like obviously the ancient one, and then they did something cool with Dormammu. But at the same time, you got a story with Doctor Strange going to this land where he never met that character and fighting for people that he doesn't know. and then he's a stranger coming in there, and that's who Clear's captured, and her father's struggling, and Doctor Strange comes, and he's fighting Dormammu, and they're going back and forth, and they're like, and Dormammu's like, yes, die, Outlander. And Doctor Strange doesn't realize he's losing, and his people are like, oh no, he's gonna take out Doctor Strange, and then at the next thing, you know, they knock out Doctor Strange, and they're like, Dormammu's like, what are you doing? And they're like, no, when your powers are fighting him, it doesn't stop the mindless ones, and the mindless one's going to destroy us. It's so overly developed that it's something they could make a movie in it. Now you're just going to throw Claire in here and say, we're going to add her like number 10 on the call sheet, like of all these other superheroes. How do you fit all this in? It truly is a multiverse of madness when going to another dimension would be wherever the dark dimension where Clear's at and that sort of thing, and you want to get your empowerment stuff. Roger Stern already did it. Have it, develop it over a couple movies, and then Claire takes over that stuff, and then she gets the title on the head, the fire from her, and all that stuff. You don't have to do it where you just throw everything at this so you can get all of your other movie things so you can cash in on Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Because that's ultimately what I knew they were going to do it. I knew they were going to try to cash in on that. They're going to cash in on everything that the Fox people. Now, somehow, people saying those Fox movies are terrible. Once they see Xavier in this, they're going to be like, oh my God, they legitimize all my X-Men movies that I love in there. I used to love them. Now I can love them again. It's just too much stuff in this. And I know it's a multiverse.
It's a 2.5-hour movie, so I think that would be more enough. We saw Endgame, we saw Infinity Gauntlet, and there had far more heroes. So I'm saying
I don't want 3 million heroes.
So we're saying Marvel wants to roll out.
And what about Warren Mortal with those fake dreads?
They want to roll out new characters. They want to expand the universe. They definitely look as though they want to do a Young Avengers thing coming up.
They don't want to expand the universe. They want to expand the multiverse.
They want to expand the money.
Okay, we are here talking about entertainment, and we're talking about this stuff here. So I will wish you guys would stop knocking on Bendis, blaming Disney for trying to get more money.
What about these bad dreads?
I don't blame Disney for trying to go out and make money. That's part of what this is all about at the end of the day. Bendis, I'm gonna blame Bendis whether you like it or not. So that's just
what about the fake dreads?
That's neither here nor there.
Thank you.
Here's the thing you're doing. You're taking a movie, and it's like all these Marvel movies become these ensemble casts, like 42nd Street on Broadway. It was just like this big. What we need is some glitter and some people tap dancing after a while.
Those dancing feet. There we go.
That's right.
The thing is, like,
so continuing on, we
singular sensation.
And this whole thing of her having this thing and saying, "Hey, everybody hated me because I did what I wanted." And they love, they gotta move past the plot of needing to watch that series to watch this thing. Let's just get a movie where they're teaming up and doing their magic together. And that sort of thing. Not saying that let's do the fake conflict of saying they loved you. Who loved them? Who knew that he did any of this stuff? Do we know that the Avengers loved him? The people in the street don't know that he cracked open the thing and all those villains came out, that he caused all that stuff in the sky. Who still loves him? Who knows any about any of this stuff?
The Illuminati will know because they are the ones in charge, and they're the ones. That's
they
why.
Don't say,
that's why. Bro, can I finish the thought?
I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm too passionate.
Here is the Illuminati notes. That's why he's being captured. That's what it looks like. Clearly, they're trying to grab him for some reason, right? He doesn't know out of the blue.
Paying myself off like in church.
And of course, why did we skip over the Illuminati if you go over them? Who's on the Illuminati who's going to be there? They're probably the possible introduction of Namor, right? Who they haven't shown before and who will be in Black Panther. The possible introduction of Reed Richards, who also was a part of the Illuminati. Probably there'll also be a cameo there. Doctor Strange is part of the Illuminati, and we see at least one or two versions of Doctor Strange in the movie. Of course, the one that they arrest is probably not the one that may be part of the Illuminati. Also, there is Professor Xavier, who is part of the Illuminati, and that's we hear the sound.
And that's the only one that matters.
And there could be for those of you who like Black Panther, who is part of the Illuminati, probably that's where they recast him as a variant. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
What we're
I tell you-
talking about here.
He touched
You
up.
are so lucky we're
That
doing this
was
remote. I tell you,
terrible.
if we were in person right now, they'd have to
Damn,
cut the
variant.
camera.
Doing your damn variants.
So, because who's on the Illuminati? Oh, you think they're going to do a Black Bolt variant? Why would they even do a Black Bolt variant? You know what I'm trying to say? The show
They
didn't
have
work.
Black-
That guy's not coming back to do. Oh, maybe he is. You can spend the money to get him.
How many
to come
people?
back.
Let's go back. There were like, think what, 6 or 7 people there, or what is Mordo part of the Illuminati? You know, probably there's a version of Wong as part of the. I don't know, but
No,
I'm just,
you can get. I think you could get. I think Anson Mount would come back to do Black Bolt. I don't think he would. You have a problem getting him. You might have a problem getting everybody, but then the Inhumans tends to fall into the same category as the Internals. Like, well, these kind of offshoots aren't working. They don't seem to have their finger on the pulse of them.
right. But I mean, that's a good point. But do you think they would bring Iron Man back as a Illuminati or a version of Iron Man?
Yeah, that's what they keep talking about. Tom Cruise being the Iron Man.
Come on, give me
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise is Iron Man? Nah, man.
Come
You say a
on,
lot
man.
about
What do you
outlandish
mean?
stuff.
What are you talking
You
about?
say a lot about outlandish stuff.
What are you
Tom.
talking about?
I don't.
You don't
I
think that
see
he
why they would
wouldn't
just-
work?
No, it's not that Tom Cruise wouldn't work, but you still got. I mean, I'm going by what they're doing in the comics. At least at the time when they brought Riri Williams, and they just had Iron Man as artificial intelligence, and they've already shown that they can do Luke Skywalker almost. I mean, it was
Great, yeah.
wild what I saw they did with Luke. What they did with Luke Skywalker, you know, just in terms of CGI. So you can legitimately just say, hey, look, Robert Downey Jr. Can we get these rights? You're gonna get some money for this. Okay, cool. And just computer generate the dude in there as AI,
Oh gosh.
and that's straight from the comic.
But what about the Reed Richards and the Namor? 2 characters we have along with Patrick Stewart. We know Patrick is going to be there, but the Reed Richards and Namor, that's 2 possibilities there too. Namor is supposed to be shown. He's already been cast in Black Panther.
Reed Richards is gonna be from the Roger Corman movie, and who I can. They probably slip in Benjamin Bratt to be Namor for 2 seconds. I don't know. The thing is like this.
They already have Namor. But they already have Namor. He's going to beat Namor, and then Namor's going to be.
But he's from an alternate universe, right?
Well, we don't know.
Who, Namor?
No, the one that's going to be in this Illuminati. This
I'm
is
saying-
not going to be the same one, right? They're going to be.
No, they're not going to do that. If they're going to introduce a brand new character, they're not going to confuse you and say 6 months later we're going to do something different. No, they're going to be. If they introduce Namor, they're going to introduce Namor as Namor. The question is, Reed Richards, will they also be doing him? I think that's a jump there. For some odd reason, they're holding back on the Reed Richards thing, but it makes perfect sense because who was Kang's ultimate enemy, other than Doom? I mean, not Doom.
The Avengers.
Was Reed Richards.
Not Kang. You don't mean Kang.
Not Kang. No, you're thinking of somebody else. Not Kang.
Kang, Reed Richards.
Kang is an Avengers.
Oh, you're thinking
villain.
because of. Do you think about a connection because they, he has descendants, but they never really had something where the 2 of them fought.
Yeah, what was it? It was it's Kang,
latest
Doctor
comic
Doom, Rama Tut, and Immortus.
Right. I'm saying, but in the latest comic book, they do have the latest timeless comic for Kang. They actually had them going at it. In fact, it's like an evil version of God, Reed Richards, and he's going against Kang. So I'm just saying it's there. You guys may want to not like it, but that's what they already have it. They already set up some of the things. So, and of course, like you just said, they're distant. Their family.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I mean, overall, the whole thing with Scarlet Witch, it looks as though there's at least 2 versions of Scarlet Witch. Also, there seems to be one who is from our timeline, and possibly another one from another universe. And of course, they're making her out to look like the big bad.
We've already got 3 Spider-Mans. We don't need 2 Doctor Strange, like a partridge in a pear tree type of thing. There's too much stuff, man. Kill that noise.
Wait. You can't chew, walk, and read at the same time. Is there something wrong there? Probably there's something.
No, you can't. No, you can't do all that at the same time. You can't.
You take your phone, you start texting, you're chewing gum, and you're walking at the same
Someone
time.
says heads up, and then you get hit by a car like in the movies.
Okay.
That's how you. I thought you said you were from Brooklyn. That's how you get mugged. You can't do that.
You get mugged.
That's crazy.
I don't get mugged. You know what I'm trying to say?
You do the mugging.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, I'm from
There you
Brooklyn,
go.
bro.
Walk
The
right
Kings,
into that.
baby.
Walk right into that one. You were too busy looking at your phone.
Yeah, so, I mean,
I'm
come
just
on.
saying, I mean, it's okay. The thing is like this. You won't know any way different unless they keep kind of giving you 4 and 5 villains. Like I was reading like the same guy who wrote the Superman, the movie, wrote a Batman script. And as I was going through it, someone sold them on having the same number of villains like in the Batman 66 movie. And I was like saying, they didn't have to sell them on doing that. They could have just done a straightforward Batman movie. But the idea was, hey, look, the last Batman movie had 4 villains. Let's have this sort of, script to get things started, have the same amount of villains, which is just madness. And it's not look at Die Hard. You have Die Hard, you got Hans, and then you got Hans underling, and those guys are cool to him to fight what's his name. But you got one guy, and you got this. That's the story. Second movie, what do you have? You have John Amos there as a partner for 2 seconds, but then he turns on him. So it's still mostly Bruce Willis, somebody that's in the chair, as people say, and you have a main villain. That's it.
Okay, so I hear what you're saying. But
You don't hear what I'm
I
saying.
hear what you're saying, but I'm saying the audience likes all these people in it. And like you guys just said, Disney and Fox and Marvel, they're into what? Making money. And making money means adding all these people. And in addition, it also helps to set the future for some new characters that they can spin off for other people. So, you like it or not, guess what? You're going to still watch the movie, bro. You just
Well, because we do a show.
You
We do a show where we talk about these movies, right?
You still gonna like it. You still gonna watch it. You still gonna like it. So I don't know what you're
Oh
talking.
man, I can do that. That smirk. Oh,
You playing hard to get. For what reason? For what
Why are you
reason?
saying it like that? This is weird. You're going on
Yeah, it
a
is.
weird thing.
yeah.
Oh, what?
This
My
is
dude.
borderline. This is
We
borderline
need
hard.
some bass back in the spinner rack. Come on. None of the Matthew McConaughey man out of you. We gotta get whatever that's in you out. Come on with me.
I'm saying,
Right
bro,
now.
I'm just saying.
Come on. Get whatever that is. Just exercise it out of you.
If you gonna do it, that's all I gotta say, bro.
There you go. That
Pause.
sounds a little better at least. I don't know what was going on. You went
No, that was the
left.
same. That was the same. Pause.
So don't let me
Pause,
mute you
pause,
now.
pause.
I'm muting you, both of y'all. All right. So overall, we do like the movie coming up, don't we? Don't we digress?
I will be the only holdout while people write on here saying how great it was. I can't wait for the Doctor Strange team up. We can't just keep doing team ups and acts of vengeance.
If people want it, you give it to them. That's it.
Dan said even though he was the key one giving the fans what they want, he said never give the fans what they want, even though he did it all the time. Too much of a good thing is too much.
Doctor Strange was great in Endgame. Doctor Strange was great in Spider-Man. Doctor Strange will be great in his own movie. Cal backs me up 100%, bro. So
We're not supposed to get Infinity War every movie.
it's not Infinity War, but every movie, every comic. If you read every comic, there's always a world-ending event. Every comic has something like that. I mean, we were just talking about. Cal and I were talking about. They had Empire. They had War of the Realms. I mean, they had the Spider-Verse with Madam Web. Something was happening in every single comic.
Plus, they don't know how to do the story where Thor is struggling with Hela. He has to come back on Earth and fight the Absorbing Man, but he's struggling her with his curse. So at some point, Thor has to turn tail and run away. In the story, you can't do just a basic story where you turn things on their heels and just say, here's a story of this character versus this villain, and they go through the hero's journey of this, that, and the other. You don't have to do too much of a hero story because he's already set up as a hero, has some challenges, he stops the challenge, and it's over. Just a basic movie. You learn a little bit more about him, somebody got to get mad at him, and then call it a day.
That's what you hoping for. That's what they did 20, 30 years ago. But right now, when you look at the comics, they're writing whole team-ups. The Thor book right now, where they're talking about, what is it? The hammer is alive. and stuff. You have Better Ray Bill coming in. He's bringing everybody he can into the party to fight.
Well, then the Hammer's going to start deciding who. That's what you said, right? You're going to decide who's worthy. Spider-Man, you're worthy today.
They already did that. They already did that.
Cal,
Hey,
backs
look,
me up.
I don't know why you're referencing those stories though, because those stories are scat on toast. So I don't think
Scat
you
on
really
toast.
wanna
I'm
see that.
representing it because those are current stories right now, and that's
You're
why.
saying that's what they're doing. You're saying that's what they're
and
doing.
so they're doing.
Stop fighting the wave. The
Exactly.
wave is going this way, and I'm going the other way. Where I'm supposed to go ride the wave. Don't go against the current.
Your wave is so far back, it's not even a wave anymore. It's just like,
But Earth on there, I would say to bleep you.
Cal, am I wrong about it? Feige's the
wrong.
one in charge of the Marvel stuff right now. He runs all of Marvel. The
Did
comics.
you get
TV. Okay.
Did you know that story? They got it in that Marvel box. That the Marvel people literally dug their heels in on, and that would be not just Ike, like the people at Marvel. It would probably be Bendis. Anyone who was in that think tank was saying that Civil War movie is not going to work. And then what's the name? What's the name was like, hey, Feige's on our side. The Russo brothers like, Feige's on our side. We need to push back. And Disney's like, what do we do? We got the people, these Marvel people been involved all the time. Ike's been involved. Feige's been involved all the time. Let's go with the Russos. Success? All right, Marvel, y'all got nothing. All they had to do was say, hey, put a feather in Captain America's helmet and call it a day. That's all they had to do. And they lost all their power because they played a game of chicken and lost, which is sad.
Well, it's called dollar bills, baby. Dollar bill. Yeah.
I'm saying, wouldn't you would stay in there, right? You would stay in there following the current, right?
Cash rules everything around me. Dollar bill,
Or you hold on to your power like Ike was trying to do?
Yo, I would have taken the check and walk away.
Sometimes you got to fight the wave, even though I don't like that those guys would have turned the books into other. Well, actually, they did.
Why are we supporting Ike? I didn't want a black.
I don't know how to support. I'm not supporting Ike. I'm saying you support power, right? Losing power. Are you okay with losing power?
No one is okay with losing power, so no.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about.
Oh, wait a second. No, you let him slip out of that. We're talking about you. Are you okay with losing power?
I'm dodging, baby.
Mars.
Okay.
Mars.
Rope a dope.
Yes,
rope a dope.
So I think ultimately going back to this, I'm sorry. I just want to say that I'm against doing too many team ups because you can't do the. I mean, to build up to like this man, this monster, even though it has a cosmic element to it, the basic storyline is a very simple thing. Now, that's not a movie, but you can still do a big movie where you have personal relationships, connections, like the first Doctor Strange. That's what worked, right? But they're saying, no, the $1 billion movies is all these team ups. We need to have them team up, have some conflict, have him say that, you guys are, you two high hoity-toity, and I was right. Then you have the evil Doctor Strange, he's bad. So like what is Strange saying? That's Strange going too far left. So you got it's just you got too much team ups, and then you got duplicates of the same characters. That's just too much for me. And that's where I'm ending my thing. Sorry.
So you did like it, but you just have a problem that they may have a Black Panther variant. So, hey, everybody, if you have any comments, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, spin a rack.
That was off the rails.
How?
Ow.
I know, he just went totally, completely off the rails.